Okay, today we're doing triangle midsegments. The first thing to do is learn the definition. So a triangle midsegment is the segment connecting the midpoints of both sides in a triangle. So here we have side AC. D is the midpoint as shown by these diagrams, or these points here, these hash marks. And we have side AB, E is the midpoint. Therefore, DE is the midsegment. Throughout, I'm just going to be revealing notes, so if you would like to pause, please go ahead and pause so that you can take more time to copy down. Moving on to the investigation, this is going to help us find some properties of the midsegments. So, the first thing is to plot and label your points. Then it's going to ask you to find the coordinates of D, which is the midpoint of AB, and find the coordinates of E, which is the midpoint of AC. I've already done that for you here. Take a moment to pause and to plot these points for yourself. So the way that I got the midpoint after I plotted A, B, and C is I actually counted boxes from B over to A, how many over, how many down, and then I cut it in half. So if it's 6 over and 2 down, to get the midpoint I went 3 over and 1 down because the midpoint's got to be in the middle. I did the same thing over here. I went 8 over and 10 up to get from C to A. And so to get the midpoint, this is 4 over and 5 up. That gives me the midpoint. Okay, the next thing is to find out what BC is in simplest radical form. So we know that from B to C, you go 2 to the left and 12 down. And so in order to do that, I used the Pythagorean theorem. Take a step and copy this down while I walk you through it. So the first thing is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The sides are 2 and 12, so 2 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. You ultimately get 148 equals c squared, square root 148, and then I simplified that fraction. So I'll do it over here just for one more. So I found 148, square root 148, and there's 2 square roots that go, there's a square root that goes into that. It was hard to find because it's 4, it's pretty low. So 4, square root of 4 times 37. And when you simplify that, you get this answer. So the length of BC is 2 the square root of 37. Then it asks you to find DE. If I'm looking at DE, that's my midsegment. So to get from E to D, or D to E either way, you have to go down 6 and you have to go over 1. So I'm going to do the Pythagorean theorem the same way. You can pause and take